Hello again, everyone. This is Gilmer, and this is episode 2 of my Let's Play Civil War 2. I just really wanted to get back into the game and play some more of it. I'm really excited about this Let's Play, so I am going to do another episode today, which is right now. It won't be quite as long as the first episode because the first episode ran for an hour and 9 minutes, and that's pretty long. And so I'm hoping this one will go more like 30 minutes or just after 30 minutes. Um, I had the music, the opening music playing, and it's louder than the other music, the regular music that plays during the game. So I really don't try to talk over that, but I try to cut it off and not play the whole thing. So I have to kind of judge when to start the recording. So anyway, let's go ahead and resume. Okay, so I didn't even look at all these messages, these 83 messages. Um, we'll go through them hopefully real quick. Um, Edwin Summer is now available in Sioux City. Uh, where is he in relation to other? Okay, so he's way up here. I have troops down here. So let's go ahead and bring him south to at least to Leavenworth. And let's see if we can't get him on some rail. So it cut it to 27 days. This unit looks like it is active. So let's go ahead and move it up. Let's see. Michigan Brigade is active. Let's move it down. We'll use Cincinnati and as a gathering point. Squadron Susquehanna, scouting transports, Michigan, Erie. Volunteer Brigade in Chicago, Illinois is active. So let's bring it down to St. Louis. That'll take 9 days. First U.S. is active in New York, and this is going to be a full unit. I've already got them moving, actually, I believe. Or maybe I don't. Wait a minute. No, it does show them moving towards Baltimore, Maryland. So that's fine with them. And a lot of ships are active. Cambridge Squadron is active. The Reserve Brigade. I think that's this unit that I've already started moving. Robert Patterson is now active. Okay, I've got him, and I'm actually moving him to just to next door. Claremont, Ohio. We're just going to go through these really quickly. Oh, okay. St. Louis, Missouri. Andrew Foote is an admiral, and he's in charge of some gunboat squadrons, and some transports are now available. The rest of these are going to be St. Louis probably. Looks like some ships are available in Princetown or Prince George, Maryland. 3rd U.S. Cavalry is ready in Kansas. Okay, I got that. And then some stuff in Southern California. Let's see. Let's just see. Southern California. 4th U.S. Cavalry. I'm wondering if I can move through there. They're not at war with us yet, but if I move through there, they might attack me. But let's just see what happens. Let's put him on retreat if engaged, just in case. And then we received some replacements, uh, some industrial options, and I am going to build something. I just need to figure out what I want to build. Um, that's going to be war supplies, and this is war supplies as well. Um, it takes $500 or $500,000 and about 125. Oh, it tells me right there 125 war supplies. So if I do two of those, let's just do that. Both of them in New England, so that they'll be pretty safe from attack, and hopefully that'll mean that I won't have any trouble once they're up and running with war supplies or anything like that. Now let's take a look at what we have here. The Washington Brigade is active. Let's put him in Stone's command. They're inside that city. I wish I could go down there and actually siege them in that city, because that would mean that they were trapped in there possibly, but I don't think I can do that yet, so I'm going to not even worry about that. My morale's up to 87, and their morale is 98. And as I think Tom Fleming was the one that mentioned to me that this combat power that says that they're only at 104% of my combat power just means British troops in North America, which would make sense. It seems like a little too much for just North America, but it makes a lot more sense in saying that that represents all of their troops around the world. Now, I know that Great Britain didn't necessarily have the biggest armies because they were an island nation, but I think they had more troops in North America at that time, or the USA at that time. Definitely a lot more troops because they had to keep their far-flung empire under control. And as you can see, the Confederacy is arming up fairly nicely. They're at 79% now of my strength. So they're getting there. They're gonna be trouble. So what else is going on? Let's see if I can go through the units. I'm pressing the Q key right now. It's a short key, keyboard shortcut, and it'll go through all of the units on the map for me. It'll cycle through all land units, and I believe that I've probably plotted movements for pretty much everyone that is active at this point. There might be a couple that I have not plotted movements for, but yeah. Yeah, I've been through them all now. And W goes back the other way. And then, oh, wait a minute. Q and W goes through all the locked units. E and R go through all of the active units. Wait a minute. Denver, we'll leave them there. West Virginia defense is now active. West Virginia Reaction Force. Oh no, we'll leave him at Wheeling. Damn, now I gotta go through these guys again. West Virginia, Indiana Volunteers. Let's move them down. USMC, that's Colonel, I keep calling him Colonel, but he's a General Schurz, and he is in Fredericktown. Okay, so I've been through all my units, so let's go ahead and save this turn and then process it and see what we get. See if there's anything important that happens in the next through the next turn. And anybody that's playing this game, I would suggest that you do cycle through all units just to make sure that you're not missing anything, because I guarantee you if you try to just go off memory, you will miss something. You'll forget something. It happens to me constantly. So if I don't do it, you know, systematically go through all units using the keyboard shortcut, I will forget something, and it will, it'll mess up my plans because I just can't remember everything. Let's see what we have here. Military balloons. On June 19th, 1861, pioneer and balloonist Thaddeus Lowe ascended over Washington, D.C. in a hydrogen-filled balloon and telegraphed his observations of the Confederate lines across the Potomac to the ground. He convinced President Lincoln that aerial reconnaissance could greatly aid military operations. Confederates also used hot air and gas balloons. However, in both armies, most officers refused to use the balloon as war machines. What that means is military balloons are now, or probably at some point, I don't know if they're now available, but they will be available to actually buy. Yep, here we go. Union balloon. And what it does is it helps on reconnaissance and things like that. And HQ support. That's something I need to be thinking about, because I'm pretty sure that HQs are needed to actually build an army. And we'll add some specialty units for them as well. Because of a huge stock of steel left untouched, the Secretary of War canceled a few contracts with private entrepreneurs. Huh. The Confederacy has started building armories in Virginia and South Carolina, arsenals in Georgia, arsenals in Tennessee and Mississippi. New ships are entering service. All states mobilize their militias throughout the Union. New ships are entering service. Oh, is that the flotilla? Or one of these flotillas that I supposedly built? I can't remember. I wish I could see what that is. New Haven, Connecticut. That sounds like where I was building them, actually. That's up here. Salem, Mass. Rhode Island. New Haven. Here we go. Yeah, that's the blockade flotillas that I purchased. So I'm not really sure what new ships are entering service, but okay, let's see. U.S. artillery is now active in Prince George region. Oh, the Northeastern Armory is active. And I've already oh crap. I've already explained what I'm doing here with these units. If I don't put them all in one army like this, I can't guarantee that they'll all move at the same time. So I'm going to put them all together so that they will move at the same time, and then I'm going to attack to Manassas. And hopefully I'll catch them hold up in this city, Manassas, and be able to siege them down, and you know destroy their army in the east, their initial army in the east. We'll see. That's my first big play, my first big gamble, so to speak, and we'll see if it works. Alexander, Illinois. Um, I guess that's this Cairo force. I'm going to leave them there. My ships are active in the blockade boxes, I guess. We have replacements and new units. Soldiers of 6th Ohio have been successfully trained. That is okay. Okay. So he did train these units. He trained the 6th Ohio and also the 5th Ohio, which is here as well, volunteers. Okay, great. So he is training troops. Some replacements have been received, and then the training of the French's brigade is nearly finished in peak skill. So let's go take a look there and see. French's brigade is not very strong, but let's move him up to Annapolis and get him up to the front lines. And let's see what else. Confederate states have captured region Gibson and Indian Territory, Fort Gibson. So they moved up and captured this fort. We took Rolla. Remember that I mentioned that? This is St. Louis, and we moved Nathaniel Line down to Rolla, Missouri, and we captured that. So that's good. That's some good news. Let's see. These guys. Let's put him in here, and let's move him to Rolla. I guess that's how you pronounce it. And we'll have him enter the structure as a garrison for now, and then we'll move here, and let's see if we can't move by train. Huh. Okay. Still 20 days. If I just go across, it's 19 days. Let's just move to here. And and then from there we can move to Jefferson City. You gain Rolla in Missouri, where you gain Rolla Depot. While taking Fort Whipple, we managed to capture 22 supplies. And I guess Fort Whipple is in Rolla. No, it is not. Where's Fort Whipple? Oh. Oh, that's interesting. We took Fort Whipple here in western Arizona. You can control Pima villages. You can control Fort Whipple. While taking Parkersburg, we managed to capture. Okay. He gained control of Parkersburg in region Ohio, West Virginia from Confederate States of America. If I did, why is he locked? Okay. And not really anything important. So our national morale is up to 88 now. So we're gaining on them. We haven't had any big battles yet, or big captures of cities or strategic towns or anything like that. This little move right here will either turn out great for us or turn out disastrous for us. So um, I'm going to save my turn, and then I'm going to process the turn and see what happens. Oh, so now they're out. It looks like they're outside the city now, or maybe they're in the city. Oh, it's they're on train. They're on train tracks. They put them on a train. I wonder where they're going. I need to get some units out here to. Oh, they're moving them up here. That might be a blunder on their part to move this army over here. The Great Comet. On June 29, 1861, a great comet, first discovered in May in Australia, passed into the northern hemisphere. At its peak, the comet's head was 1/3 the size of the moon, and its tail stretched from the zenith to the horizon. The comet passed so close to the Earth that for 2 days the Earth actually entered its tail. What does this comet portend? Is it significant that it is heading north? Is it a war comet? For thousands of years, great comets have been seen as harbingers of death and destruction. If so now, then whose death and destruction? The comet moves out of sight to the naked eye in August 1861. The Northern papers push for an immediate offensive. Forward to Richmond! Forward to Richmond! The rebel Congress must not be allowed to meet there on the 20th of July. By that date, the place must be held by the National Army. The New York Tribune. Early in the war, many newspapers in both the North and the South were counting on one grand battle to end the war quickly. Northern newspapers in particular pushed the government to march south and kill the snake in its nest by taking Richmond before the first Confederate Congress could meet. The pressure forced the hands of both military and civilian leadership who could move and risk battle with an untrained and untried force, or delay and submit to being mauled by the media. In mid-July, the Union Army moved south with the largest force seen to date in North America and gave both sides a taste of the horrors to come. Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm attacking south. We may increase our rail pool again. Well, we never really got our first chance to do it, but it's definitely worth doing. We may increase the river pool again. Congress authorizes pay for volunteers. This is what I was talking about. Congress sees that the number of free volunteers dwindles and therefore authorizes the government and military to offer an enlistment premium to attract more of them. New military options are available. And then that's this. And what we can do is if you left click on it, it brings up this screen and it gives you an option of 4 choices. You don't pay for enlistment premium to volunteers and you'll get a certain amount. You pay $1 and you'll get more. If you pay $1.5, you'll get even more. And if you pay $2, which is the maximum, you will get the most. And let's try that this time. See how much and then they'll take the price out of your dollars. So let's see. F2 replacements. Seem to be okay. The Confederacy has decided to issue war bonds. Portland Company Ironworks construction has started. So all of these are the economy investments I've made. New supply units received. This just is telling me about the movements and where everybody's going. Soldiers of Albuquerque militia have been successfully trained. Soldiers of 2nd Ohio Cavalry have been successfully trained, and that's McClellan doing that. Your control of region Hampshire, West Virginia has been reduced to 0 at day 15. So that's this guy, which I will accept that because at this point I'm sieging Manassas and I've trapped a force with a power of 769 inside Manassas, and that would be huge if I took that and they surrendered, or at some point I was able to destroy that force. I might split these guys up because the more they're split up, possibly the better. No. Let me see. Whoops. What's his command? His command is 2. So he's got a 10% combat penalty. So that makes it 1180. I'm just going to leave it there for now. I wonder if I actually moved these guys down and added them to the units, that it might work a little bit better that way. Yeah, I'm saying a lot. He is entrenched and is across from that river, but actually I was going to move him here. And once I get him here, I will combine him with General Schurz, and then we will attack Harper's Ferry. That is my goal. Those are my plans. I need to kind of start looking at the Indian Territory, which is in modern day. I think this is modern day. This is Kansas, so this is probably modern day Oklahoma. So you can see the outlines of modern day Oklahoma right there. So I need to make sure that I have enough units in this area. There is Edward Sumner. And let's put... And I know that I'm having these combat penalties. If you tell me I'm having too many combat penalties, I'm just gonna reply that I know that I have combat penalties, but early in the game you pretty much have to live with it. That's on some level, and that's what I'm doing. I could probably micromanage them all the way down to just one general and one unit. I don't really feel like doing that, and I don't think it's all that necessary. I've done it with one guy here, but I don't think it really helps that much. So maybe if I put another general with him. Oh yeah, actually it did do it. So now it's 134 plus 1060. It's almost 1200. Yeah, that's all right. We'll live with that. Let's go ahead and lock these forces just so that I don't combine. Well, wait a minute. I don't want to combine. I don't want to lock that because I have these generals moving down. So hopefully those generals will help with the command penalties here. And Let's see if we got anything really going on. Their national morale went down to 97. Mine went down to 97 as well. Look at Great Britain's power now. Compared to mine, only 60%. Look at theirs at 65%. So they're stronger than Great Britain in North America. I'm pretty much, I believe that is correct. And but they're still a little less strong than I am, which is nice. I'm gonna execute this turn, and then I'm gonna call this episode to a close. My last episode was an hour and 9 minutes. I don't want it to go anywhere near that length because I think people get bored after sitting in one place watching a video for 1 hour, unless it's something like, if you've ever watched any of these racing games that they do let's plays of or whatever. I can sit and watch a race, iRacing or something like that for an hour, but it's real hard watching a game that's cut up into turns for an hour. I usually want to take a break, but when it's real time type stuff, races, shooters or something, maybe, I don't know, that's a little easier for me to sit for an hour. So let's go ahead and execute this turn and see what happens. And I noticed in that Random Gamer's Let's Play of Civil War, I think, he had some 4-star generals. I've never seen a 4-star general in an AJOG game, so that's pretty interesting to me. That in one of the more recent patches, I think they've added 4-star generals. If you notice, this guy up here is actually entrenching, which is kind of interesting. Oh, and look at that. I have a breach in Manassas. Union victory of Fort Baxter. Okay. I don't know. Oh, he's going for Pittsburgh, isn't he? I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that either. Okay. Let's take a look. Manassas is besieged and totally breached. The structure doesn't provide any defensive benefit. I don't know what T. Holmes' his command rating is, but I'm wondering if I should go ahead and just assault it and see if I can't destroy them or just keep sieging them. This concerns me over here. This that concerns me a lot. So we're going to put some more fighting units into Pittsburgh because I think he's going after Pittsburgh. Let's see what this gave me. We offered a premium, in a list of premium to attract volunteers. We got 571 conscripts. We got 400 from this. That's not too bad. And it cost us, what, 400 times 1.600. And so we're now down to 118. That says it was 775. Seems a little strange, but okay. All right. Well, anyway, this is episode 2 of my Let's Play Civil War 2. And as you can see, there are already interesting things going on. I've cornered a powerful force in Manassas, and they're inside the city, and I'm sieging the city. So that's one important thing that's going on. The other important thing is, look at that, there's one of my balloons, is Joseph E. Johnston is moving with Thomas Jackson, Stonewall Jackson, towards Pittsburgh, and I really do not want that to happen. And I'm wondering, yeah, I can get some troops there in time. I'm not going to put him inside the fort. And then if, of course, he could move across there fairly quickly, I'm thinking. But what are you going to do? I don't think he's going to move as fast as some of these. It would probably take him at least 8 days to get across this river. Maybe not. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to end this episode. Thank you very much for watching. And my name is Gilmer, and I will be back next time. See you next time. Thanks.